Ever walked out of a long meeting feeling completely drained, like your social battery literally hit zero? Or going to these team building happy hours and then you feel completely exhausted? If you're like me as an introvert, a day full of meetings, team building activities, happy hours typically leaves you completely drained or completely exhausted. Over time, I had to learn strategies to be able to not have my social battery always go to zero when I had to interact with people at work. So in this video, I'm sharing a couple of struggles that you can probably relate to as an introvert, and I'm sharing tips to be able to navigate these struggles in a corporate setting. So let's get into it. The first one is social exhaustion. After hours of meetings, collaborations, and even just in a busy open plan office, you can easily hit a wall. It's not that you dislike people, and that's a huge myth that a lot of people have about introverts. It's more about energy management. The need for you to have some quiet time, alone time to actually recharge your mental and emotional batteries. And in a corporate setting, this can feel impossible sometimes when there's this constant demand for your attention, especially now with mandates with respect to return to the office. There's this constant need for collaboration. So my tip to you is to strategically schedule alone time into your workday. This means blocking out focused time in your calendar for deep work, using your lunch breaks to genuinely step out and find a quiet spot, or even scheduling a brief recharge walk if it's possible. Don't feel guilty about needing to step away. Often you can frame it as, I need some uninterrupted time for a critical project, or I'm grabbing some fresh air to clear my head before the next meeting. It's so important to recognize your limits and give yourself that permission that you need to be able to step away and refuel. So the next one is a common one that introverts don't typically like, and that's small talk. For many introverts, this kind of casual, superficial conversations, it can feel very draining, and sometimes, to me at least, I won't speak for everyone, but a lot of times it feels pointless. So it's not that you're trying to be rude, it's more about craving depth and authenticity in interactions. So navigating those office hallways for water cooler moments or pre-meeting chit-chats can feel super awkward and energy consuming, especially when you're expected to always be engaging. So my tip to you on this one is to shift from quantity to focus on quality. Instead of trying to master endless small talk, prepare a few open-ended questions that can quickly stir the conversation towards something a lot more meaningful than the weather, for example. So somebody would say, "How's your week?" Try something like, "What's the most important project you're tackling right now?" Or, "What was the highlight of your weekend?" "What's a recent challenge you've overcome?" You're leveraging essentially your listening skills. These are open-ended questions that will allow the person to speak more and you to listen. So these are thoughtful questions that allow you to leverage skills you already have, like your listening skills. And people love talking. They love talking about themselves. So it's great to be able to give them that opportunity to share. You're a little over halfway through this video, and struggle number 3 is overstimulation. So from open plan or open concept offices, the bright fluorescent lights, the constant chatter, ringing phones, multiple screens. For introverts, this level of sensory overload can be super overwhelming and can be very difficult to concentrate. And for me, I just find it also very irritating. And that's why personally I work better at home, and I'm a lot more productive at home than when I had to go to the office. But my tip for you to be able to manage this is to invest in high quality noise canceling headphones. I sometimes just use regular headphones and listen to music, but this creates my own personal quiet zone, and it lets people know I'm focusing. When I have my headphones on, there's no reason why you're coming to me to tell me about your weekend or to tell me about your day. I have my headphones on, I'm in the zone. The other thing is, if possible, you can find or request a quieter workstation or identify a secluded area in the office where you can retreat for short periods of deep focused. And this is something that I did quite often when I worked in an office, especially in the afternoon. What I would do is I would just take my book or my work with me and literally just go outside of the office space and just sit down in a quiet area to be able to get ideas and also clear my mind. If you work somewhere where there's just too much going on, sometimes you just need to communicate your needs when necessary. So let people know that you focus best in quieter environments, or if they're coming to speak to you, let them know that, hey, I'm focusing on something important, I'll come and see you later. So really ensure that you are able to create a space where you're able to do your best work and that you're not always finding yourself overwhelmed by the sensory overload. Number 4, the perception that people have about introversion. A lot of people think that introverts are shy, that they lack confidence, they're disengaged, and they're loners, antisocial. I'm sure you've heard all of that. As an introvert, where your thoughtful pauses are interpreted as hesitation, or your preference for listening over talking might lead to your ideas being overlooked. And this misperception can impact the opportunities that come to you, your visibility at work, and even your recognition. So my tip to you is to proactively demonstrate your value in ways that align with your strengths. For example, instead of waiting to speak up spontaneously in a large meeting, share your insights in writing before the meeting, or follow up with an email to the team. Practice contributing thoughtfully, even if it's less frequently, perhaps starting with phrases like, I've been listening carefully to everyone's points and I'd like to offer this perspective. My thoughts on this are. So don't shy away from highlighting your observational skills or your ability to be able to synthesize complex information. Those are some of your best strengths as an introvert. When you intentionally showcase your contributions, people will learn to appreciate your thoughtful approach rather than misinterpreting it. So for my introverted leaders who are looking for coaching to build relationships at work, to build their personal brand, and who want to become better leaders, I want to encourage you to check out the link in my description to learn more about our leadership development program for introverts. I am an introvert myself who has been promoted 5 times in less than 8 years. And in this video, I share how I succeeded at work as an introvert. I'll see you in that one.